And Iran, as a Islam dominated country, is quite unique in the Gulf region.
Yes, it is unique because, first of all, Iran is basically almost the only majority Shia country in the Gulf region. And when we are talking about Middle East, so to speak, we are talking about 16 countries. They are usually 16 or 18. There is a argument about this, but mainly 16 countries, and they are usually oil-rich countries. And these countries are mostly Sunni-dominated population, and Iran is Shia-dominated population. So in this case, there are lots of differences and of course tensions. And the other thing is about the language. Most of the other countries speak in Arabic, except Turkey speaks Turkish, but Iranians speak Persian or Farsi. So there are differences between, culture, background, and things like that.
And also in some other countries like Saudi Arabia, Islam really regulates people's life in a very important way. But how is Islam perceived or followed in Iran?
Yes, so basically when we're talking about Islam, we are not talking about a religion. We are talking about a culture as well as the religion. So the culture has built up 1400 years ago and is a very rich and very interesting culture, so to speak. But so this is this. But because the origin of the religion started in the Saudi Arabia, so it gives more credibility to this country. And now the country gains more credibility because of the roles that it is playing. For instance, as a Muslim, due to the 5
pillars.
Pillars that you need to cover in your lifetime. One of them is go to Hajj, and Hajj is the ritual that you do in that journey, and that is in Saudi Arabia. So you see that as a Muslim, it's like a duty, so to speak, to go to Saudi Arabia, and it's like the unity as well as meeting other. It's like a more symposium, meeting other. So my point is, although Saudi Arabia is important country in terms of religion, but it's not an important country in terms of leading the future of Islam. Islam is a religion, but as we say, in Iran we have 2 kinds of population. We have urban population which live in big cities. They are very well educated. They have access to internet, to satellite, to all sorts of means of life, and they are rural population. So the urban population are really fed up with whatever Islam or the culture of Islam is offering them, because they see that the clerics, the
institution,
the leaders and the institution, the leaders of those institutions are saying something, preaching people about being pious, about being, paying their alms and dues, and about, being a good Muslim. But on the other hand, they spend millions of dollars in Gulf regions, and they have huge accounts in different countries to protect their families and themselves. So people, and there is information about this. So people observe this and they say, it's just double standards, just hypocrisy. We don't like this. And for that reason, they want a modern Islam. They want Islam who can speak to their lives. But in urban population is different. People are less educated. People are, more in tune with the Islamic ideology and Islamic culture, and they are more. I don't like the word, but more subservient to this idea of what is to be a good Muslim. So you see that there are tensions, but the power, of course, is in the hands of urban population.
Well, so many Americans, they worry about the radical Islam, and especially after this Christmas bomber. Should the Americans worry about Iran become a base for radical Islam groups?
It's an interesting question. So you see, we talked about Sunni and Shia. So most of these things are happening in Sunni population region. Let's say they are mostly in Pakistan or Palestine territory or in Saudi Arabia. People are coming from this region. They are Sunni and they speak Arabic, mostly Arabic, and their recruiters can communicate with them. Historically, they are a big tension, has always been a big tension between Sunnis and Shia. So whatever Sunni does, Shia doesn't want to be a part of it. And whatever Sunni does, they not want to have the Shia to be a part of it. It's this kind of things. So if they are becoming more radical or whatever they become, Shia doesn't want. Iran is the majority Shia population, and one thing. The other thing is Iran is highly educated country. More than 58% of the university graduates are women, and there is a huge number of. I don't have the percentage to give you, but it's big. It's when I say women, 58%. You can imagine how much the rest of the countries and the populations are. So they are more educated, and they really care about their own countries now, more than to caring about what Islam brings to them or what is the culture or this kind of things. So they are more focused on how to build Iran in ways in which that can be perhaps a leader of the region. And I think that's what that they are trying to pursue the nuclear program.
So they want to build a society that provides hope and opportunity for their young population.
Exactly, young population. Again, more than 70% of the population are under age 30. So this population have access to internet, they have access to satellite, and they want to go to other countries. By default, only few countries in the region, like Malaysia, like Turkey, like what else? Just very, very few countries is free to go for Iranians without obtaining visa. But for the rest of the world, they need to have visa, and they don't like this. I mean, who really want to have this disability of movement to go where he wants or to see what no one really likes. No one likes the restriction. So Iranians are trying to build a country that they can participate more to the global environment.